Hi, Rochelle. This is Rachel. I just wanted to go ahead and do the same thing I did yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. My days are a mess just like yours are. So anyway, I'm going to split this up into two videos. The lesson 62 and 63 will be on one, and then the lesson 64 through 66 will be on a different video. It'll be helpful for you, and the video won't be intensely long. So, all right, so here is for lesson 62. This is worksheet 31. On this day, we're basically going to be learning about vertical lines. So the day before, we worked on horizontal lines. This day, we will be working on vertical lines. I think the biggest piece that people tend to mess up on with this is how we draw vertical lines. Now this is where, remember I mentioned the last time, learning how to use their hands by keeping that T-square in place and holding it still. This is where it comes into play because we are going to place the triangle on the T-square. So now we have to hold two different pieces while drawing. So the correct way to draw a vertical line is to have your T-square again hugging the edge and then lining up our 30-60 triangle and drawing the lines. Now if you can do this either direction. Anyways, holding that T-square or holding that, whoops, see, I messed that up. Holding this triangle. I'm having a hard time writing and talking at the same time. That's one of those days. Now you're going to do that for all of these pieces. You're going to complete here the octagon. So here we're going to do several different things. We're going to actually do horizontal and vertical lines. So we're going to draw two horizontal lines and two vertical lines, which will look like this. Now, one big thing is kids are going to want to say, hey, but it would be just easier if I turned my T-square this way. Right? I mean, it's logical. You would think, okay, that's the way to do it, but that is not the correct way to use the drawing tools. And so RightStart Math wants to have the student learn the actual correct way of using those tools. You're going to do the same sort of thing over here. We're going to draw these into force. Well, to do that, we need to draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. So it's going to look something like this. And you're going to do this for all of these shapes on this worksheet. All right, now let's do the other worksheet. This is for lesson 63. Let me turn my page so I know what I'm doing. Oh yeah. All right, this is a fun activity. Fun, but it does require a little bit of thought when you're working with the triangle because you're going to turn this triangle a variety of different ways. Okay, so follow closely. Oops, sorry about that. Follow closely the directions in the lesson manual. One thing I will say is it makes a lot more sense when you're actually doing it than when you're watching it. So whether you're watching this video and doing this on your own, I would recommend you do this, follow along with me. And when your students are doing this, go ahead and do it with them. It's going to do a couple things. One, their students are going to see, hey, my teacher's also doing this. And two, it's going to give you a better grasp of it. All right, so the first thing you're going to do on this, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the entire thing here. So I'm going to go real quick. Sorry about that. We're going to do the horizontal line. We're going to do some vertical lines here. All right. Whoops, looks like my worksheet's just a little crooked. So I'm going to adapt. I'm not sure how I did that. I thought I lined it up correctly, but anyway, so this is not going to be perfect, okay? All right, so then here's the tricky part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start connecting our points, right? So we're going to find all of our vertices, and we're just basically connecting all of our vertices. Okay, flip, and this is where we're flipping it left and right. So take a look what I just did. I did this way, and then I'm flipping it like that so I can do it this way. All right, now a tricky piece is the next one because we're going to slide it now this direction. And we're going to work on these two angles right here, or vertices. So drawing a line, and these are not perfect because for whatever reason, I'm not lined up exactly. And we're going to do that up in the top, and we're going to end up with this really pretty square, or I'm sorry, star. Oops. Line it up. What your students will probably have the most difficult time with, besides the flipping and flopping of this triangle, is keeping the T-square lined up and this lined up and set still while they're drawing. That will probably be the biggest. So there you go. That's pretty much all there is to that one. I hope that helps. We'll see you in just a couple minutes as I record the other video. Take care.